What's up, YouTube family? This is for the people that might watch the live later. But what's going on? Welcome back to the Brandon Bruce channel. I'm gonna try to start going live once a week. Just be busy, y'all. But we're gonna see who comes on. We may do like 20, 30 minutes. I don't know, we'll see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see here. Let's see what this is looking like. What is it looking like? What is it looking like? Testing. Okay. We got audio. I got one person watching. One person. What's up? Who are you? Say something. See, can I do that in the background? We're gonna see who comes on tonight. What's up? Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. If you come in, say hi. Tell me who you are, where you from, at least. I don't have a discussion tonight. We just it's been a minute since I've been live, so I just want to check in and say what's up. Let's see. drop this to myself. Yeah. We got two people. Mm-mm-mm. What's up, two people? It's been a minute since I've been live. I know I should have kept it up, kept the momentum. We got three people online. Okay. What up? What's going on? One yay jacks. I don't know if it's broken up like that or is it together. But what's going on? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Monday. Where you from? You out of the country? Well, what area? What country are you in? I'm sorry. Thailand. Wow. YouTube is amazing. I'm in the US. What time is it in Thailand? Wow, 7:09. So, are you going to work or are you starting your day? How is that? That's crazy. So, you guys are about 11, 12 hours ahead of me at least. We got four people online. What's up, four people? Let me know who you are, whatever. You all, well, if you don't watch my channel, I'm a truck driver. Do some tech reviews. We do some unboxing videos and things like that. But I just wanted to check in and chime in. There's no specific topic tonight. I just wanted to get on here and actually just interact with my family because it's been a minute. So subscribers and even new people. Vacation for 3 months. I'm chilling. Well, that's what's up. 3 months in Thailand. What is the weather like? What is the weather going? What's I'll tell you how the weather is here is I think it might be 30 degrees and it snowed last night. I'm ready for the winter to be gone. I'm ready for spring and I'm ready for summer. Wow. Yeah, you really escaped the madness. I heard that it's in New York. I think that area, some places over there are getting snow. Hey, you really escaped that. 70, 90 degrees later. Wow. I need to get out of the Midwest. I'm in Indiana. Let me see something. Yeah, it's 24 degrees right now. It's a big jump from 70. You have to get a trucking job when you get back? Or you have to, or you just want to? After 3 months. 3 months is a long time. But it sounds like you're in a good place to take 3 months if you could do 3 months in a whole different country, then I think you're doing pretty good. What's up? Two other people on the live. Um, you can say what's up to me in the chat. I'm just chiming, gonna be here for maybe another 25, 30 minutes, but I just wanted to chime in. Uh, what's up, is Dario? I want to get into trucking, but I keep falling asleep after 2 hours of driving. Any suggestion? So let me ask you this: are you falling asleep in your personal car? Is that what you're doing? Let's start there. We're not going to even talk about trucking. Because if you're falling asleep in your personal car, then you got bigger issues. The the passenger seat. Oh my gosh. Well, if that's the case, you probably should stay in that seat and leave the truck driving to all the people that's driving trucks. That's what you need to do. I got my CDL about 2 years ago. Never acted on it. Hope to get a job entry level when I get back. So you got it, but you didn't put no. You did. So you're saying you don't have the driving experience behind it? Okay, I'll leave the truck in the professional. Driving in the day though isn't it's not that bad. You probably won't fall asleep driving in the day. But that night driving is for it's a different type of breed. Like you can get all the rest in the world when you're driving. You can get all the rest during the day, and when it's time to drive at night, you still get tired. So I got a question. Maybe it's Darium. You can answer this. Um, this is my first time going live on the computer. Now I understand that when you go live on the computer, it's different from it's the vertical thing is different from horizontal. I think you get a different audience when you're vertical when you're using your phone. Is that correct? Do you know that? Got some, but no tractor trailer. Had a box truck company and did freelance for a driveway. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. What I've learned and seen out here in the trucking world. They are big on experience. Like I'm almost 3 years in having my CDL driving, and I've never stopped driving. But I've been to three different companies within the 3 years. Um, because I haven't stopped driving, they're okay with like, oh, okay, whatever. But the minute you stop driving, I think the most you can probably stop driving at one time is like 3 to 6 months. And if you stop, they're like they want you to go to a refreshing course or they want you to kind of like get with a trainer because I don't know, maybe you forgot how to drive a truck. I don't think you could just forget how to drive a truck. Once you know, you kind of know. But I mean, I think it's like after 3 to 6 months. Some people are like that. Um, it's daring, yeah, there is different eyes, but I understand. Don't know how to do it. There's a way to merge the audience. It has to be done on YouTube Live, via StreamYard. See, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm in the YouTube using Google Chrome. I'm on my MacBook. That's what I'm doing. It's the first time I've ever done this. So I just wanted to like try it. But I'm noticing like I don't know how YouTube is pushing it out. Is it only pushing out to people who are on their computers? Or is it pushing it out like how it does on the phone? And one thing I don't like, when I went live vertical on my phone, it felt like TikTok. It felt like you got any random person. You didn't. I'm like, did it push it to my subscribers? Did it even tell them? I got nobody on there but random people and mostly kids that were playing video games. So I don't want to do that again. um, my lifestyle is not conducive to getting a good job. I will be gone in the winter. Oh, so do you? So seasonal something. So you're like kind of seasonal or whatever. But I can see trucking being like you can do that. I actually had a recruiter tell me, it was like, you could just try this for the summer. The recruiter said you could just do this for 3 6 months, and I don't know. Now them recruiters, they had their own agendas. They probably trying to make their little bonus. But I did have a recruiter tell me that was like, you do this for 3 to 6 months, and see do something else. Um, yeah, I think that YouTube is pushing your content to more people. They want to expand the use of vertical. I think be like TikTok, but I'm no authority. Yeah, I gotta learn that. I gotta figure that out because I just don't know. I should have stopped going live like last year. I should have just kept going. Yeah, but I got all my endorsements except auto restriction. That's what's up. But yeah, that what I've seen in the industry, like you have all your endorsements and everything, but they want that experience. Like they want you to they want you fresh out of a truck going somewhere else. And if you don't have that, they're like, nope. Yeah, I did see that. I do know how to do that. How to set your comments to subscribers only. And then you can go live members only too. Like if you wanted to take a moment and do that. So, but the thing about it, I just need to start going live more. If I go live more, I'll know all this. So I'm a hold myself accountable. We're gonna go live at least once a week. That's not hard. And also, I also can go live in conjunction of editing a video. If I don't edit the video, go live. So at least I got some content coming out. That's what we can do. That's what's up. So you said you don't have tractor trailer. Okay, so you did box trucks, just not tractor trailer experience. Okay. Yeah, let me see. I've done dry van, reefer, and pneumatic trailers, food grade. My only tractor was CDL test. Well, hey, you knew what you were doing. You passed it. You passed it. It's Darian. Are you going to be going live on your YouTube channel? I did bobtails and straight truck tanker. Okay. You got do you have your doubles and triples? I'm thinking about getting my doubles and triples endorsement. Random, a few years ago with the shipping fiasco, trucking was crazy. Do you see things calming down or do you think it's seasonal? When you say calming down, I think it's well, where we want is the reverse of that. We don't want it to calm down. We need it to ramp up. Um, I think the biggest thing what was going on, freight was cheap. The rates were cheap, and so um, rates and things are cheap, and then fuel prices is up. So that was the big issue. I do think that things will flip. I think so. Um, yeah, my company keeps me moving. I will say that they keep me moving. I really don't sit. There's always something to do. They always give me something to do. Um, you're not going live on your YouTube channel. Are you gonna go live on TikTok or something? Got it. Trucking was artificially inflated with the easy pandemic. That yep, that's it. That is right there. I should have got. I should have. If I could have gotten in, I wasn't thinking about no truck during the pandemic because I was working from home. I had my good government job, and I was working from home. Started working out in the office, and then we got sent to work at home, and then it permanently became home. So I wasn't thinking about driving a truck. Never thought about driving a truck. And then I just one day was like, could I drive a truck? But I wish I had got my CDL. I wish I had got my CDL when I was 20, when I dropped out of college. When I dropped out of college, I should have got in a truck. And by if I was 20 driving a truck, I most definitely will own my own truck now. But in this season, I'm no, I don't want to own a truck. There's too many risks and all of that right now. But if it was my goal, I'm sure I can make that come together. It's not saying you can't do it, but you have to be strategic in that. But trucking just takes so much of your life and time, and I just don't want to do that. So is Darian. So are you saying you're not gonna go live at all? You just want to do your content the way you've been doing it? Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be on for the next hour just to be here. Yeah, so I'll be here. Thank you for chiming in and just interacting with me, not making me feel alone. I got to get some momentum on here. It's been a while. I'm trying my best to stay consistent, consistently pushing stuff out. Like I have videos to edit, and they just stay. I was looking like a lost puppy. Honestly, I had just woke up. I took a nap because I was tired. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. I have to talk to my social media manager. That's pretty dope. You got a social media manager. You doing big stuff. Big, big, big stuff. I need if I really take this stuff seriously and I really just like really stay on it, I most definitely would get an editor. I can record the stuff, but I just want somebody to edit it and just I tell them what I wanted. But I need the channel to pay for that. I don't want to have to pay for that. I don't want to have to pay for that out of pocket. Um, and then I can focus on being the visionary. It's snowing there now. Wow. I think it's snowing outside too. Let me look at my front door. All right, YouTube says we got 3 people on. 3 people. What's up? 2 other people outside of Isdarium. I think Wanyi Jax said he's stepping away for a second, but he'll be back. Other 2 people, other one person say what's up. Hit me up in the chat. Nah, it's not snowing here. And yes, please smash the like button, please. You know what? Let me see something. Here we go. I just made you a moderator, is Darian. What's going on, David Smith? What's up? Happy Sunday. Those of you just logging on. There's only 3 people on here, but I'm just going live just to say what's up. It's been a minute since I've been live, so Um, feel free to drop whatever in the chat if you got questions or anything or whatever. We don't have a certain topic tonight. I probably will. The more I go live, I'll have some topics and things. Wait, David Smith, are you? Let me see. Did you comment on one of my videos? I feel like that name sounds familiar. Let me see. Yeah, that's you. You're in trucking school, right? Yeah. Yeah, 106 Driving Academy. Did you let me see. Let me fully read this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So have you started? Have you how long have you been there? How many weeks or whatever? And I don't know, it's my understanding. I think they let you don't they let you it's longer. It's not like when I got my CDL, it was when I got my CDL, it was 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks. And that's when I was with a company. But you said any advice for trucking school? Um, soak up everything you can. I'll say that. Um, the quicker you learn all the stuff, the quicker it'll make getting out of it easier. That's what I would say. But I went to Rail's get your CDL program. And theirs is 3 weeks. So you the first week you learn I think by the second day you in the truck. So it's pretty fast. So as much as you wanted to go home or afterward go chill, you can't. It was like you was in boot camp. But the quicker you learn the stuff, the quicker you can get out. Ask questions. The things you don't know, things you need help on, ask questions. Don't be afraid to soak up all the knowledge. Um, I know this is like vague, but no dumb question exists. So the quicker you learn and stay a student. Like I've been driving for almost 3 years this year. I think July makes 3 years. And just Friday, I had issues closing a trailer door. Now you might think like that sounds what's your problem? But no, big something that many people don't know, those trailers can flex. And so when you get loaded, when you slide the tandems, it can shift. So those sides can shift. And when it's time to close the door, if it's not leveled, it won't close. So that's one thing that now I knew that already. I've had that issue before. Like when you slide tandems and do that, I did that before. But a Friday night, it was 20 degrees, the door would not close. I turned the trailer, got it on flat land. I did all the things and it was not closing. And then I walked to that truck because I walked back to my cab thinking that I was gonna have to call roadside or for somebody to come fix it. And that night I prayed. I was like, God, I need a miracle. Literally, I walked back there to the trailer to fix it, and there was another driver that came to help me. Now he seen me struggling trying to do it, and he was like, "Now that since you're on level ground," he said, "let's try to undo it and make it unlevel." And I told him, I said, "You know what? Anything works." So what we did, we made the back of the trailer go up. We were able to get it to stick up. And do you know that got the doors closed? I would have never thought about doing something like that. Basically, it was like putting your trailer on a curve so it can be elevated up. So I was able to do that. Doors closed. Told him I never thought to do that. So, but yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, soak up everything. Um, don't be afraid to ask questions. That's it. But I don't know. I think 106 is a little different. I know I've seen the truck around here. I live in Gary, um, but I don't know how spread out the class is. If it's I don't know, but you could tell me that. You have any questions? I appreciate it. Is Darian for coming out here? I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna experiment with this to see, like, yeah, I got to experiment with this to see the difference between vertical and horizontal. I don't want to click on nothing and then I've been on click the live off. I'm not trying to do that. It's Darian. What's for dinner? Did you eat already? Pop out dashboard. Beef roast, sweet potatoes, and broccoli medley. That sounds good. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. I think I want some chicken. I think I'm gonna go to Popeyes. I thought I wanted to cook tonight, but I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Would you recommend rail? I get asked that question often um, on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Yes, to learn how to drive a truck and train, I give them an A+ for that. A+ for learning how to drive a truck. A+, A+. Good stuff, good stuff. But here's a trade-off. If you go there, you're not gonna make no money. But also, when you start out and you don't have no experience, most companies are gonna just pay you pennies. And so that's the trade-off. When I was there, the checks were the checks were small. And I don't know how old you are or like what's your situation. I don't know none of that. But um as far as learning how to drive a truck, like their knowledge and things, I enjoyed my time there. I really still think they are a good training school. But the pay sucked. What I recommend, like, if you don't have a lot of bills, if you are able to um um if you don't have a lot of bills, if you don't have a lot of responsibility, then it's like going to college almost. It's like you taking a trade and then you got to put some experience on it. So I would say yes if you're okay with that. But if you're expecting if you're expecting to make 1,000 a week, you're not gonna see it there. You got to be putting in. I think the way their system work, you got to be there for a while to like climb up their scale. But it's for learning how to drive and all that, I'll say, hey, what's up, Mr. Isaiah? Start with Martin Monday. That's what's up, man. Welcome to the Bluebirds. What area? What's what's your location wise? Where would you be running out of? And what dry van or reefer? And that's another thing too. Let me say this, David. When it comes to trucking is not a one size fits all. So my experience won't be your experience because my needs are different. And it's like everybody is so different when it comes to driving. Some people don't mind driving 500 miles. Some people don't want to drive 500 miles in a day. And all of that play in. So, but when you just learning how to drive, get all the experience you can. Running out of Georgia to Florida on a dedicated reefer account. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's some good weather too. South got some good weather. I was in I was in Florida and Georgia in the summer. I was running I'm regional. I'm a regional driver there, but I'm trying to become local and I think it's gonna happen. But yeah, Georgia and Florida is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much all the advice I can give you for that, David. Um, you just gotta work. You just gotta kind of work going up. Once I say you get a good year under your belt, you can kind of you'll know like what the how the trucking industry is because it's so much. It's not a hard job, but it's complex. It's very complex. But I say, like I said, you in trucking school, get all that done. Just learn as much as you can. Then running out of Georgia, yeah, that's nice. That's a nice fleet. I there's another YouTuber I know he lives in Florida. Are you on? If you don't mind telling me, what account are you on? Is it a Walmart account? Because some people do deliver to local stores. Yeah, I've delivered to a store. I delivered to Menards. Menards, the store that's like Lowe's. I delivered to an actual store. Maybe last September or October. I think that was the first time I ever delivered to an actual store. As Darium said, would you recommend people try different types of trucking routes, distances to find what they like or don't like? That's a good question. And I would 1000% recommend people try some different. Try some different. Stay a student so that you can figure out the industry because you may bump into somebody that got a company or bump into something. Yeah, like I would rather stack my resume of having a lot of experience than just doing one thing and doing it forever. Because you driving a reefer is the same as driving a reefer for all the other companies. But if you switch it up and say, "Oh, I did drive van and reefer is not too much different." But like I drove pneumatic trailers, and those are the trailers that have things in it. It can have pieces of plastic in it. It can have sugar in it. It can have corn in it. It can have starch in it. And so I was going to mills, factories, and things like that, picking up these pneumatic trailers and taking them around. And you had to know different things. So I would most definitely recommend you learn as much as you can. As much as you can. David, you said flatbed, dry van, or reefer. Um, well, flatbed is a whole different flatbed is a whole different breed. So I ain't never been interested in flatbed. I don't do what I don't do. I don't want to do touch freight. That's just my preference. I'm not gonna drive a truck all day and then have to unload it. That's what touch freight is. When you go to a store or you go to a place, you have to unload the truck yourself. Like the people who go to stores, the people who go to, like, I got a friend, he drives for a company, but he delivers to Ross, and he has to actually unload. He go to three different stores in a day, and he has to actually unload the trailers. I don't want to do that. And that's my preference. Like he all right for doing it because he sees it as getting exercise, but he's local and he get to go home every day. See, that's the flip side of it. So, Mr. Isaiah, yeah, right. I don't like the responsibility of the tarping when it comes to having a tarp and secure the load. I don't want that responsibility. Just like a couple days ago, I seen a flatbed truck on the side of the road on 8094. He lost part of his load. There was things on the highway blown away. And I can just imagine like that's his that load, that's merchandise that a company was transporting. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to do it, I could. It's not that I can't, but I just don't want to be on top of no flatbed trailer putting tarps and things like that. I don't want to do that. And then you doing that in the elements, like it can rain. Now, I heard they only work Monday through Friday, and they are the people who like have an early start time. They're not really doing nothing at night. They're not getting loaded at night. They're not getting unloaded at night. But you just gotta like that. And Brandon don't want to do all that. That's not what I want to do. But now I heard the money's good. You get paid to tarp. You get some incentives and all of that. But because and I heard that tarping takes like 45 minutes. Like you get loaded, they put the stuff on your flatbed, and then you're still you still gotta tarp it and secure it for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And that's if you know what you're doing. I hear it takes time to get to 40, 45 minutes because sometimes it can take an hour, hour and a half. And not only that, after you start driving, I think you're supposed to drive like the first 40 minutes and then do a safety check. Pull over and make sure it's secured. Like that, yeah. I'm not. I'll stick with the box or reefer. Uh yeah, in all kind of weather. In all kind of weather. So you that's gotta be something you like doing. Like if I was in construction, if I had a previous field in construction, flatbed might be something I want to get into because I'm just so used to it. Uh, is it possible to go to the gym while on the road? So let me ask you this, David. Are you? It is. It's possible, but are you? Do you want to be over the road, meaning you don't come home for like 3, 4 weeks at a time, or are you going to be regional where you come home every weekend, or are you trying to be local? But even in all of those, you can. Yeah, like you got to be disciplined though. It's so easy to drive all day, and then you want to eat, take a shower, and go sleep. But you got to be able to be like, nah, when I park this truck, I'm about to get outside and go and work out or park at a gym. I've parked at gyms. I parked at Planet Fitnesses before. Um, that's when I was running Wisconsin a lot. It was a certain gym that I used to park behind because they allow trucks behind. So it's possible. Um, I just got back into the gym. Is Darium can I hit him up and told him I was like, I'm at the gym, but I literally parked the truck at our drop yard because I was going home that night, but I had my gym clothes in the car. So I was able to just go straight to the gym and then work out. But like I said, you gotta be disciplined. Regional, okay, cool. Yeah, it's possible. Um, It's easier when you got a certain route. Like if you're on a dedicated route and you always go a certain way, it's easy to pinpoint. But like, let me see what they got in the area. It's a little harder when you are like everywhere. If you like everywhere, then it's kind of hard to. But it's not hard. You just gotta look it up. You gotta be diligent and be like, all right, I know I'm gonna be in Texas. So, and I went to the gym when I was in Texas. There was a gym that was like 10 minutes away. But what I did, I got an Uber. I had an Uber pick me up. So yeah. But yeah, regional I think is good to start out. Um, I've been regional since I got into trucking. Have I stayed out longer than 2 weeks? Yeah. Did it benefit me anything to want to be OTR? No. So I'm praying hard. Martin gives me a T680. Yeah. That's what I got now. I got a Kenworth. I love my Kenworth. I don't. Let me see when. It depends on who you talk to. Sometimes you can say, "Hey, can I get a KW?" And sometimes they say, "I'll see what I can do." But they got Freightliner, KW, and Peterbilt. I have never. I haven't driven a Peterbilt at Martin. I've driven a Peterbilt at a different company. Um, Peterbilts and KWs are basically the same as they're made by Packard. Engines are different. I do like the Cummins engine. I do not like the Packard engine. It's trash. Um, but yeah, I like the way they spec the KWs. So yeah, I would suggest you go for KW because their Freightliners, they don't have automatic locks. They don't have the suspension dump. They don't have that. But the KW's got dump, automatic locks. Uh, Freightliner don't have curtains in the front. The covers in the front, they don't have them. They have them in the middle. So if you get a Freightliner, you're gonna have to figure out how you gonna close the front, or you just deal with the middle. But the KWs have curtains in the front and in the middle. Someone said the biggest obstacle to going to the gym is going through the front door. Now that is very, very true. Why you think regional is best? What are the pros and cons? So why I think being regional is, I'm gonna say best for me, not best for everybody. But I'm in my mid 30s, so what I think about seeing. Let me say this too, because there's people that think like you become a truck driver, you just see the country. Um, you can see the country, but that's all you're gonna do is see it. You're not gonna experience it, and so I don't like that because to me, all the highways and things just look the same. So that's why I don't mind coming home on the weekend. Also, when you're regional, more than likely you're gonna go to the same places. I don't mind going to the same places. Right now, I've been going to like one of the same places every other day. I don't mind that because I can be more efficient that way because I know when I go there, I know what to expect. I know what they want. I know how to get in there. I know how to back in there. Versus you being OTR, you gotta figure everything out. You gotta go trip plan. You gotta look on Google, see what it look like, and do all of that just to get in this one place that you might never ever come back again to. I'd rather be regional and be on familiar roads and go to familiar places because I can be more efficient. I can get in there and get out. I know what time to get in there. I know who working because they know my face. They know my truck when they see me coming. I feel like I can be more efficient that way. So that's why I like being regional. How's the living situation when you with the trainer OTR? Um, I've heard horror stories, but I can tell you my story. I had an amazing trainer. And the one thing about me, I'm gonna say this too. I'm an only child, so after a while, I like my own space. So when I got in that truck with the trainer, my goal, I said, I gotta let this man know I want to drive, but I'm not trying to stay in here for a month. I think I was in a truck. I think it was like 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. I didn't have to do 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I didn't have to do that. But it's cool. It's gonna be based on who you training with. My trainer let me. Well, he asked me. He said, "Do you want to drive today?" It was the first day. He drove like the first hour and a half, and then we went to a truck stop and we switched out. I drove like 99.9% of the time because I wanted him to know that I'm trying to get in and get out of this truck. So it wasn't like, oh, nah, I don't feel like driving today. Now I'm like, nah, I'm about to get out of here because I want my own truck. Living situation, like I said, it's gonna vary, but he was a very clean dude because he was a lease op. So this was his truck that he was leasing to own. So everything clean. The floor is clean. He wiped down stuff like every at the end of the day. So that was him, and he didn't mind take. He wanted to take. He took showers every day. We took showers every day. We were at a Love's every day, or at a Pilot every day. Now you might get some people that say, "We ain't got a shower today." It might go 3 days. So that kind of something you're gonna have to be like, because if you like taking showers every day, you like to be clean, you like to wash your face. That's something you're gonna have to be like, you're gonna have to swallow that and think about it long term. If I can knock this out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, cool. Because it's gonna be based on how they run. Because you're the trainee and they the trainer. They telling you what they gonna do or whatever. So just get through that. You might deal with somebody who eat different. You might deal with somebody who, I don't know, they might be on the phone all day. They might be on the phone talking to their wife or whoever they talking to. So you might hear conversations you don't want to hear. But keep in mind that, hey, I'm just trying to get out of this truck. I'm just trying to get all my training. Now, then I've heard some people, they say the trainers don't let them drive. Like, they be like, nah, I'm going to drive. So even with that, I would say, tell them, like, no, I need to drive. I need all this experience. I need to get all this experience. Um, Anything you don't know, ask. They doing something that they're not trying to tell you what they doing. Like, okay, what's that about? How you do this? What's that? So, yeah, I don't want to have a squad for the top. Oh no, 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 no. So when it comes to the bunks, you just gotta know you're gonna be at the top. They are not about to have you at the bottom on the bottom bunk. You about to be up there. So you will be having to climb up there. But that's only at the end of the day. And you only taking a 10 hour. That's only for your 10-hour break. But I don't know no trainer that's gonna let you be on the bottom bunk while they up there. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So I was privileged when I was doing my training. Uh, my trainer went home every other week, so we were out for a week. But and then sometimes we came back to Gary. When we came back to Gary, he was like, "Oh, you can go home," and I went home because I live 15 minutes away from the terminal. And then when he went home, they put me in a hotel. So it wasn't as if I had to do that 34-hour on the truck, which was good. But that's just how they had their program. But I know some people who are OTR, you might have to be on the truck for 34. And depending on how they run, like some companies, when you train, they act like it's team driving. I'm not a fan of that because I think you need to have somebody watching you drive versus they in the back sleeping, you driving. I think Prime is like that. You team drive. That's your training. Uh, invest in dude wipes. Yes, invest in dude wipes. Invest in all the wipes you can. face wipes so you can wash your face. Learn how to brush your teeth with a water bottle with toothpaste. Um, because you're not always gonna be by a truck stop. You're not gonna always have an efficient bathroom. You might have a porta potty. You might have all those things, but um, yeah, get you some toiletries and things that are disposable. Don't always think it's gonna be a truck stop because a lot of, especially if you're on a truck with somebody, they're not gonna they're stopping and they're gonna be doing their own thing, and you just kind of going with it, whatever they say, because some of them are looking at you like you don't know what you're doing, and so. But like I said, keep your eyes on the prize and just know it won't be always like this. You're not gonna you might never see this person again. It might be a good connection that you can reach out to them once you're done, and if you need any help, keep them as a contact. But um, yeah, it like just keep that in mind. But my experience wasn't that bad. An emergency bucket too. Now, now I don't have that on my truck. I never really needed that. Uh, but I guess if that's what you want, you can. And like I said, I'm regional, so I'm always going to the same places. I'm driving on the same highway because once you're familiar with all of that, you know where you can stop. You know where you can go stop and handle your business. You know where all the rest areas are. You know where the good bathrooms at. You know where the bad ones at. Also, like you get your points and things up with Pilot and all the truck stops, you'll know like in the middle of the day you can just use the bathroom. You don't need to take a whole shower, but you can go grab a shower. That's what I do. What's up, Jasmine? What's going on? I gotta stay on a little bit longer then. Just a little bit. I said I was gonna do an hour. We have 57 minutes. We got 5 people in here. All right, so we got 5 people in here. I need y'all to hit that like button. We need 5 likes. What's going on? Where are you? Where are you in the world? I'm at home. That's where I'm at. I've been amazing. God is good. I'm breathing, inhaling, exhaling. So I can't complain. I can't complain at all. But how have you been? How's your new year going? Have you start writing? Speaking of writing, my moderator is Darian. He started his Substack at the top of the year. It's Darian. I was telling Jasmine about Substack. That's what I was telling her about. And he's been on. He's been on it. I get the emails and you can schedule stuff out or whatever. But I just thought about that because he's in the chat. David says Chicago Heights. Excuse me. Ooh. Chicago Heights, that's where you at? That's down the street from me. Actually parked my truck in Chicago Heights off of where is that? You take 394 to dang, what street is that? Hold on. It's gonna bother me. I'm literally about to I'm pulling the GPS up where my truck is. Cottage Grove. You take 394 to Cottage Grove Avenue off of Glenwood Dyer Road. But yeah, that's where I park my truck at. Hey, David, how long is the trucking school? How long is that? All right, we up to 6 people. What's up, y'all? Make sure you hit the like button. That helps out the channel. it pushes it out to the world, you know. Oh, let me see this. Hold on. Oh, okay. Jasmine, you still there? Where you at? You parked somewhere or are you at home? I forget. Are you you're OTR, right? No. You run south, I think. I think. It's been a long time. Dave, you said that's crazy down the street from me. Yep, that's my little area. Yep. I parked there. I'm in the 4 week. You're on the 4 week program. What week are you in? You just finished week one or are you about to start the program? Southeast dedicated. Come on, Southeast dedicated. That's what's up. Start a trucker group chat. You know what? I thought about that yesterday. I may do it in Discord because I'm on somebody else's Discord, and I always thought I had Discord I had it a long time ago, but it just looked so complicated that I never took time to learn it. But now I actually took some time to learn it, and I think I'm going to start a Discord, and then I'll just like give you the information on my channel, and we can kind of chat it up. David, you said I'm about to start. I just did a drug test. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So you're gonna be driving around my area, literally, learning how to drive a truck. That's what's up. And I guess if you driving, man, that's the thing. When I learned how to drive, it was in the summer, and so road conditions were always decent. You just had to deal with the rain. But I guess it's not. I mean, you're gonna learn how to. You gotta learn. If you're in the Midwest, you gotta learn. If you're gonna drive all over, you gotta learn. Jasmine, and I'm salaried, so I get paid whether the truck move or don't. Dang, you doing some big stuff. Dang, get me on. I want to be salaried. Wow. I get paid if the truck move or don't. That's what's up. You want to send me a DM or something? Put me on. ah. I gotta do a little more work. I can't. They don't. I ain't got it that good. Are you still with the same company? I ain't gonna have you tell them what. I ain't gonna have you put it in the chat. You don't gotta do it. But I know where you were at, where you started. You still there? Are you still there? Yeah, I may. Mr. Isaiah, I may set that up actually tonight. Well, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something. Something I'm working on. Something I'm working on this year is breaking the spirit and the habit of procrastination. So when I say I'm gonna do something, I need to get up and do it. Like today, I said I was going live. Like, let me go live. Let's just do it. Stop procrastinating. And so it's easier to do this when I'm at home. So here you go. You got me. I'm live. Okay, you still with Stevens. That's what's up. They have a bunch of secret. Oh, so you got intel. You got intel. They have a bunch of secret accounts. You have to ask a bunch of people to get on. They even have Tanker. I didn't know that. I did not know Stevens had Tanker. Wow. I didn't know that. That's what's up. I'm happy for you. Because I have I've seen some other channels and people who worked at Stevens, and they were like, Stevens is this and that and whatever. And I'm just like, dang. But I do remember you going to Stevens, and you've been, just like I said earlier, everybody's trucking career is not a one size fit all. So um yeah, it's break the spirit of procrastination. That's my prayer for this evening as well. Man, man, I'm getting better though. Last week I ran local Friday, and I told myself, I said, since I'm doing these live unloads, they had me do, I had to do a live load, then a drop in hook, then another live load, then a drop in hook, then another live load that took 4 hours. But I was all in the same area. I was only like 40 minutes away from home. But I told myself, I said, I'm going to clean this truck, wipe it down. And I actually did it. Proud of myself. Mr. Isaiah, I'm that way with the gym. Man, about going to the gym, it's like once you get out of going, like before I got in the truck, I was at the gym 4 or 5 times a week, literally. I was running 3, 5 miles a day. I kid you not. Yeah. And then I got in this truck, and it's not that I know I can do it. Like I am that person. When I put my mind to something, I can do it. But to stay consistent though, it's just because the thing. Let me say this: the thing with trucking, you can plan, you can plan your day. But trucking, and I'm sure Jasmine she can attest to this. But trucking will make them plans look like we ain't doing that. You can have like a clean. Oh, I gotta go pick that trailer up, do this, do that. But don't have a blowout, and it takes 2 3 hours later of you sitting on the side of a road, and then you just like, dang, okay. So that's how it gets me. Like I have all the plans to get to the gym, all the plans to get there, but then it just never fails. Something happened and it throw it throw my day off, or dispatch do something, and I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to get into bed, and then I just never. Yeah. Uh, what's up, Doctor Wells? Starting the week off in a clean truck is top tier. Yeah, I'm proud of that. I made my bed and my covers and things I washed. My refrigerator's clean. Like I made sure I did that last week. I did that. David said, "What's the hardest day you had at work?" I don't think we got enough time on this live to discuss that. Now I'm just playing. It's been. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. This one pissed me off big time. This was like almost a year ago. I was running local at Martin. I was driving local, and our terminal is in Indianapolis. I had to drive our truck down to get an A service. Got down there I left my house like at 5, got down there at 7, stayed down there till like 5, 6 p.m. They tell me the truck is ready, right? Cool. A service involves like oil changing and all that kind of stuff, whatever. They changing the fluids, doing all that. So I leave like 5, 6 p.m., get on the road. And I'm bobtail. I don't have a trailer or nothing. And this is a day cab. I get on the road and I make it down like I get on 65. I got off 865 and I made it to 65. And that truck turned off. I had never been on the side of the road with a truck turning off, but that truck just turned off and I was on the side of the road. Couldn't get it to start up. I had to get towed back to the terminal. I had to spend the night in a hotel. And then the next day happens. So they say it's ready. They take me back to the terminal, pick the truck up. I get in the truck. I drive down. I get on 465 and I make it to 865. The truck does the same thing. It turns off. Mind you, I drive local. Mind you, I didn't bring clothes or nothing because I thought I was coming down here. Y'all was gonna fix it, do what y'all had to do, and I was gonna go back home. So by that time, I called my dispatcher and I said, "Listen, I'm on the side of the road again, and this is what we're not about to do." I said, they had to tow me again. So I got towed like the next day back to the terminal. And I told her, I said, I need another truck ASAP. I said, I have the same clothes on I had for 2 days. And yeah, we're not doing this. I'm not staying down here because that was Friday. And so yeah, they put me in another truck. They put us in a loaner and we drove that truck. So yeah, that might have been my hardest day in trucking because that was just the truck never turned off before it went to the shop. Never did that. So that might have been my hardest day. And I wasn't even pulling a load or nothing. It was just yeah. Uh Chasman, I'm with you on cleaning my truck. If things are out of order, I can't function well. Yeah, that's how I am. Like I don't do well with clutter and stuff. I can't the only thing that's dirty in my truck right now is the floor. And it's because of the season, the weather. Like it's been snowing and all of that. So that's the reason why my floor is messed up. Not the entire floor of the truck, it's just the floor that I drive on. I just got my truck out of the shop last week, y'all. I was in a Freightliner, and I thought I liked Freightliners. I really don't like them now. My back be hurting. That KW though, I like my KW, but I got my truck back, and it's been working. Trucking will make you adjust. I don't like all that adjusting, Jasmine. It's too much. It's too much. I don't like all that. I don't know. We got 8 people online. What's up, 8 people? Get in the chat with me. I'm gonna probably be on for another 20 minutes, and then I gotta go get me something to eat, and then I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we all gotta go to work, don't we? Make sure you give the video a like. Hit that like button when you come in. We got 7 people online with only 5 likes. Can we match it? Can we do that? I sound like I'm selling something. Dr. Wells said, "What are some of your favorite cleaning supplies? Trying to find something better for my mirrors to battle the salt streaks." I am on a quest to try to learn that. Now, that's one thing I don't know yet. I use this green spray, which is an all purpose spray. I forget the name of it. But the thing, like, I use that, but my mirrors still be foggy. It give me that, like, that little tint. I think I'm gonna have to get a. I think I'm gonna get a. Um, what's the thing we use at the truck stops? You see the little squeegee thing? I think I'm gonna get one of that because I seen a driver and he almost he actually was gonna let me use it, but I had cleaned my mirrors already. But he told me he used vinegar. I'm gonna try vinegar, but get a squeegee like to just go down on it, just how we do at the truck stops. But I've used a combination of things. I use Awesome, I use Windex, and then I use that green spray. But in the summer, the green spray, oh, it cleans off the bugs. Cleans off the bugs. Jasmine, man, me neither, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Darium, please make sure to hit the like. Yes, please make sure to hit the like button. Yeah, if y'all hit the like button, then I'll get on here more on live. Christian Harlow, what's going on? You said, all right, you had mentioned in one of your previous videos that you were home area of the day. Is that still the case? Yes, it is the case now. After having a firm conversation with dispatch and all of them people, Yeah, I'm home. I'm actually home way more than every other day. I think last week I was home Thursday, Friday. Now, when I say home, I'm talking about ending the day and coming home and doing my 10-hour at home. Yeah, I was at home Thursday, Friday. I'll go out tomorrow, but I'll be back home tomorrow night. I think I was only out uh Monday. Let me see, Monday. I think I ran local Monday. And then Tuesday. No, I drove to Kansas. I drove to Kansas on Monday night. And Tuesday, I came back home. Did I come back home? But yeah, I'm doing every other day. It's like every other day or multiple days at home. So yeah, we got that together. I'm regional. Um, I'll tell you how I got that. So I made my 1 year consecutively. I made my 1 year with Martin consecutively, February 10th. February 10th, we made 1 year. But previously, I worked for Martin for 8 months. I was local back in 23, but they lost the account that I was on. And so they gave us an option to be regional or OTR. And at the time, I was local and I wanted to stay local. So I went to a different company. Went to a different company for about 4 months. Didn't like things there. The biggest thing why I came back to Martin was because of minimum guarantee. The company I went to didn't have that. And they were kind of tripping on miles. They had me at home 1 week for 2 days, for 3 days. I only worked 2 days in 1 week. The check came out to 500. Happened twice, and I said, nah, I can't deal with that. So I went back to Martin, went regional. Now I hooked up with the same recruiter that got me in the first time, and he already knew that Brandon likes to be home a lot. But I sweated it out. I did like 6 months, 6 months straight. And at 6 months, he called me and was like, how's it going? And I said, it's cool. I just like to be home more often. And he said, hey, we can get you home every other day. So that's just how it went. So that they offered that to me. Now, do I drive my butt off? Yes. I can't drive less than 500 miles a day to be home. So if I go to Kansas, I drive there and do a flip and come back. So I do a 10-hour and come right back. I think that might be why they gave it to me because I don't have a problem driving. One day I drove 600 miles. So they'll have me, the farthest I go is Kansas, um, Kansas, Missouri, or whatever. Or I'll do like halfway there and then come back. So that's how I got that. Just like Chasman in the chat was talking about how company got secret stuff. I think Martin do as well. You just got to know who you're talking to and know who you're dealing with. There's another content creator. She drive for Martin. She was like regional, but now she's local. She had been with the company for 3 years, and she did mention that there are a lot of accounts and a lot of things, and you just got to know who to talk to. Like if you want something, you kind of got to know like who to talk to. So for the past 3 weeks, after I did that video about them trying to send me to Texas, well, let me say this: when I do content, especially lately now, when I do content, and you see a video, I never discuss something in my video that I never discussed with my company or whoever I'm working with. So yeah, I'm not the type to take to social media about something that's going on and I didn't tell them or I didn't have it figured out. So um, I had already talked to my dispatch and all of them people. I talked to 3 different people and I said, hey, y'all offer me this. Then I said, hey, if y'all can't, if you can't do that, just say this. I said, communicate. So yeah, we had a discussion, and because what happened, let me say this. I went to Texas because I don't have a problem with Texas. And at that time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just eat it up to the miles because I was at home when they gave me that load. That was a 1,000 mile run, and so I'm sitting there like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it for the miles. But they messed me up when I went there, and then they sent me back to Oklahoma, like I'm coming out towards this way, and then they tried to send me back, and that's when I said nah. So I had to call. I called and talked to like two different people, and yeah, I said, hey, listen, if y'all can't accommodate this, just say that. So yeah, that's what we did. Is everyone here with Mark? No, I don't think so. Jasmine, she drives with Stevens, and there's some people that I think David was on here. David is just starting trucking. Let me see, Christian. Yeah, I'm looking at Martin right now. I don't have a recruiter or somebody who referred me, so I would love to give you my referral bonus. What else can you tell me about the company? I'm in Louisiana. Most definitely. Now let me say this. Let me say this. I don't want because I remember back when I was with Rail, there was somebody that got on my video and was like, I came here because you said it. I was like, nah, I didn't say that. I did not sign your name on the paper, and I did not say come to Rail. I did not recruit you. When I started my YouTube channel to do trucking, I just, I seriously was just sharing my journey. That's it. I literally go back and look at some of those videos. And I'm like, dang, look at this man. Who is that? Like, he did that. He did that. Like, literally. I don't know if I ever told y'all this story, but I was working in hospitality and I was working in fleet for the government before I started trucking. I was doing an overnight shift at a hotel and I came across a fleet management job at Rail. And I think I was going to apply to it, but and then I looked at the truck driving stuff and I was like, can I drive a truck? And they was like, we'll pay you to drive a truck. I'm like, we'll pay you to learn how to drive a truck. And then I just start saying, you know what? Let's see if I can drive a truck. That's how I can. That's how it went. So, going back to what I was saying, Martin is good for me right now, um, and it just matters to what you need, what your needs are. So every trucking company got their ups and downs, and it just depends on what you need out of the mix and what you're willing to put up with. There's a lot of things that I don't like that they do, but who name on the truck? So I just have to go with it. Now, if I don't like it, I could leave, of course. But as for now, it's cool. So, but yeah, I can give you my info. I'm gonna have you. It's Darium. If you could put my email address, put my email address in the chat and pin it. thebrandonbrews@gmail.com. I'll give you that, and you can reach out to me. What's up, Sterling? Oh, okay. So Sterling Will, he is a fellow YouTuber, but he is a Bluebird. So we drive for the same company, and he has an amazing channel. Check him out, Sterling Will. He goes live way more often than I go live, and I love this dude's sense of humor. Great sense of humor. I find myself laughing at certain stuff because he don't know this, but I went I was disconnecting from a trailer the other day and I literally heard bye bye trailer in my head. And I was like, where did that come from? And this is something Sterling Will does when he disconnect from a trailer. And he say bye bye trailer. But yeah, good people, uh good good content. And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so if you're looking at the comments, yes, he says Martin treats him well, and he's been driving way longer than I have, 2 million miles. Ain't nothing bothering me nowadays. And he drives. If you check out his channel, he drives mostly at night. That's correct, right? You drive at night. So that's something that's something to watch because that's where most drivers kind of struggle staying up at night. As a matter of fact, steering wheel, what is your take? How do you stay up at night? Christian says 1,400 guaranteed pay is pretty strong. Yeah, it's almost definitely. Well, I'm gonna say this: the guarantee is there, but you don't want to just get 1,400. I don't like getting my guarantee. Like I got my guarantee last paycheck, and that's only because my truck was in the shop, and I had to. I think I had got layover pay. It was a few things, so I didn't drive that much. Yeah, congratulations. 2 million miles is that's a lot. That's a lot of driving. Dr. Wells said trucking definitely forces you to be level headed, especially when it comes to dealing with dispatch. Gotta learn how to choose your battles. Man, now that's that I could do a whole video on that. Most definitely. Level headed and communicating effectively. And I'm gonna say communicating uh making sure you're not have being a hothead and when it comes to you being emotional about what you need them to do or they made you mad or something, like just think through it and how you're gonna articulate yourself because it can make it or break it. Chaz, man, I'm a night rider too. I love it. No rush hour traffic. Yeah, now I will say, like, I can drive at night. I don't have no problem. It's not like I can't see or anything. But when you don't do it on a regular and you do a one off, that really it gets to me. It'd be like, dang. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for holding it down. I do like night driving when it comes to certain states. Like if I'm in Texas, yes, I want a night drive. Oklahoma too. I don't like going through Oklahoma City with all that traffic during the day. Even Chicago. But living here all my life, I kind of know how to get around it. Christian, you say you like night. Sterling will communicate, but comprehension is more important. Very true. Very, very true. Chaz, man, I be on the phone with my friends all night. They ride at night too. Oh, that's what's up. You know, that's actually something I'll say too. Especially for David that's in here. When you start driving, get you a friend or two that drive. So when things arise, they know what you're talking about. Like they understand what you're going through. Um, and you can vent to them because they know. They know what the road is. They know how trucking is, and so it's easier to talk to somebody that you can kind of relate to. I most definitely got. I think I got about 3 people. Dr. Wells on here. I got my buddy Larry, and actually these are people that have been driving longer than me. Dr. Wells, he got what 12, 13 years in. I got Larry got like 6, 7 years. So I talk to people who know more than I know. And that's another one. Get people that know more than what you get people that know more than you do. Uh yeah, I got a whole group chat. Chasman, put me in the group chat. Why I'm not in the group chat? Now, if y'all talking so much in the group chat though, I don't know. I might mute it, but that might be my reason why I'm not in group chats. I literally don't have any group chats. Um, red light inside the cab helps as well. Are you talking about like the red light? My KW has the dome lights. That's what you're talking about. Sterling will. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Heading to Laredo at 2. That's what's up. I had I think I experienced Laredo for the first time last summer, and it was quite the experience. That's all I'm gonna say. Let me see here. February made 14 years. That's what's up. Congrats, Dr. Wells. 14 years is crazy. That's a long time. In October, I will be 2 years in. Dang, Jasmine. I remember, I literally remember you actually telling me you was about to start driving. We've been knowing each other that long on here? Wow. Christian, I have to worry about finding a spot in truck stops if you drive at night. Wait, I have to worry about finding a spot in a truck stop if you drive at night? Or are you saying you don't have to worry? Um, is Darium, if you mute the group chat as soon as you get on, too many messages is not the purpose of the group chat. Yeah, I think that's my thing. I don't mind people messaging, but people just be saying too much at one time. Like, calm down, y'all. Come on, Brandon. We be on the phone just bumping. Get in the chat. For real, I'm down. Add me to the chat. I'll send you my number. Now is everybody got an iPhone? Or is it Android? Is it all iPhone? Uh Jasmine, it lights up. It's lights I put up overhead lights. Oh, so you did the LEDs. I heard that we can't do LEDs in our truck. I heard that, but I don't know how true that is. I back when I was in the truck more, I did have LEDs on my TV. So LEDs kind of it glowed on my TV. Christian says I've been driving since 1995. Worked at night for 2 years at RLR. Is I think it's RNL, ain't it? RNL carriers. Oh, that's what's up. Wow, that's a lot of driving experience. Dr. Wells drove at night as well. That's what's up. Jasmine, it's all iPhone, no green button. Okay, add me to the chat then, for real. I'm for real. I'm a. Are we connected? We're not connected on Instagram or nothing, are we? And this is all truckers, all truck drivers. Jasmine, 22. Wow, that's what's up. Hey, Christian Harlow, where are you located? I don't know if you said that already, but what area are you running? Or would you be running if you're interested in Martin? I just wanted to ask that. That's a lot of people. That's what's up. One of them is a train conductor right now. I think I know who that is. I think I know exactly who that might be. Does his name start with a J? Yeah, that's pretty dope. I've never been on a cruise either, but I can't. I got Disney World plans. I'm going to Disney World this year in July. Dang, I've been on here an hour and 34 minutes, y'all. She's doing okay, okay, cool. That's what's up. A train conductor. What made her dang. How long was she driving? Mr. Isaiah said, I want to go. You want to go on a cruise or you want to go to Disney World? Yeah, thank you for chiming in. Y'all made me feel like I'm a real content creator on here, just chatting and you know. But I promise, I am gonna get on more. I'm gonna do like once a week, and the more I get into it, we'll have different topics and things. And I'm gonna get on. My goal for my channel is to upload 3 videos a week. That's Tuesday. My upload days are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's what I'm planning on doing. Mr. Isaiah said both. She drove for about a year. Okay, that's what's up. And became a train conductor. Hmm. I don't like trains that much. Jasmine, how you gonna DM me? You gonna DM me on YouTube? There's something I don't know. I will say, I you can follow me on you can follow me on Instagram. It's the same, the Brandon Brews, the Brandon Brews on Instagram. Um, and my email address, yeah, my email address, the Brandon Brews at gmail.com. I think my moderator, he put it in here. Yeah, that is pretty dope, Dr. Wells, to have truckers who travel. Because we need a break, you know. But that's what's up. I'm glad I did get on here to reach out to y'all. Y'all been rocking with me from day one, day two, a little bit. Yeah, if y'all have any more questions before I hop off, because I'm about to hop off, I need to go get something to eat. And unfortunately, I got to go to work tomorrow. My day starts about 5:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock. But yeah, if y'all have any more questions before I hop off, I'll be happy to chime to answer. But yeah, this was good. This was a good live. At first, I was about to hop off because I ain't see. I got a little discouraged when I seen zero, and then I went on my phone and liked my own video. Yeah, hit me up, Jasmine, on Gmail. Christian, you said call Martin though as you lose your truck if you are out for. Yeah, man, that actually happened. I did talk to somebody who's been there for like 5, 6 years. He told me there's a way around it. There's a way around it if you just call before your week is up. Yeah, I didn't like that when I actually miss that truck sometimes because I never had issues out of it at all. But that sucks. I don't like that policy. Jasmine, let me ask you this. At Stevens, if you're out, like you take vacation, do they reassign your truck or do they you keep your truck is yours? Um I'll be able to get up on time. And tomorrow I'm not driving that far, so I'm good. Thanks, Mr. Isaiah, for tuning in. Uh, you start tomorrow? Don't you start with Martin tomorrow, Mr. Isaiah? No problem, David. I appreciate you for watching my channel, and I hope I'm praying for a successful uh as you start your journey that trucking school is successful and that trucking gives you everything you need. Jasmine said, "Nah, you keep your truck. I took an 11-day vacation and they paid for 11 days of parking down the street from my what? What? They paid for parking? Jasmine, what's your referral? What's your referral? Give me on. You out here? Are you the ambassador over there? So what you doing over there? How they doing all this? Y'all trucks are black too. Mr. Isaiah said next Monday. Okay, that's what's up, man. I'll try to check in with you. I'm gonna go live next week. I promise you, I'm gonna go live next Sunday at 6 p.m. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it at 6 p.m. because I did a poll and everybody said 6 p.m. was cool. Christian Harlow, rider program. Yes, Mark does have a rider program. It's free. Only thing they ask is that it cannot be somebody who previously worked for the company. It can't you can't ride with somebody who used to work for the company. And also I think there's an age limit. I think 11 or 12. They gotta be 11 or 12 years older or something. And I think it's after your first 30 days. After your first 30 days, then a person can ride with you. And it's just a form you fill out. Like you go on your tablet and it's a macro. Just fill in the person name, their beneficiary. I think you gotta have a birthday and their contact information, and that's it. And then literally, that's it. So it's not even hard at all. You don't have to do nothing special or anything. And they have a pet program too. Pet program, I think, is a $400 deposit. Um, Now, when it comes to the pet program, I don't think you'll ever get a brand new truck. They don't give people who have pets brand new trucks. So that's just that. Um, okay, next Monday. Okay, cool. Stevens really ain't that bad. They aren't the best, but I've made it work for me. I got 3 days off last week because we were all planned up on my account. Still got paid for 7 days. Dang, you over there? You ain't playing. See, Jasmine, you kind of got my attitude. That's how I am with where I'm at now with Martin. I make it work for me. So, and you just kind of got to stay up on him, and But in return, I'm pretty sure Stevens be like, Jasmine, that girl, she like we ain't got no problem with her. She drives, she do what we say and go here. She on time. And see that makes you like stand out. They like, okay, you can do this. You can do that. Okay, go and take your break. And they ain't gotta call you and ask you, hey, when you gonna start work? So I think that's the flip side of it. That's why you're able to have favor in those areas. Yeah. Dr. Wells said that's what's up. They still paid you for the whole week. Yeah. It's pretty dope. I dropped my empty at MHC Bobtail to Walmart by my house and chilled at the crib. That's what's up. Do y'all have PC? That's gonna be my next adventure. Um, there are some like Martin. Some people got it, some people don't. I heard that some people abused it and they took it away. So new people don't have it, but I don't think it's something that you can't ever get. I used to bring my truck home. But one reason why I stopped is because I didn't want it tied into my drive clock. Like I wanted to be able to have my full clock dedicated to driving the load and not driving home. So that's why I park it at the drop yard. Oh, not that clock will run. Ah, what you mean that wasn't for me? What about you having PC? You don't need PC. Your PC built in. Wait, so you don't, Jasmine? You're saying you don't have PC? It's just you running your clock. That's what you're saying. All right, so we got 10 people on. I need 3 more likes. Can y'all hit that like button on the live, please? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, and for real, I'm about to get off here because nope, no PC. Okay, cool. Let me make sure there's no questions I didn't unanswer. Did anybody got any more questions or anything you want to say? Yeah, that sucks. Not having PC, I'd be like, and there's been sometimes like, now when I originally came to them, they did have it, and I used it like twice. I used it twice because I ran out of time, and I was only going home. Christian governed at 68. I wish. No, we are not governed at 68. We are 65. 65. We have you can pass doing 68. You can pass going 68. What about y'all, Jasmine? Are y'all governed? Is Stevens governed? And also, are you company or are you lease? How you get your truck bumped up to 69? Dang. 69. I can't even, you going to that means if we ever on the road, you just gonna pass me and be like, oh, hey. Um, when is the next live? Next Sunday? Next Sunday at 6. And I'll make sure during the week I'll broadcast it more and I'm gonna actually set it up so it'll already be out. I'm I ain't got nothing going on at 6 next week. I don't think so. When I started, we were governed at 62, 65 on cruise control. Dang. You that is 62 is crazy. Imagine 55 is 55, but you only going 7 more miles faster. And you go, don't be in Texas or Arkansas or Oklahoma, and the speed limit 75. Somewhere around, I think it's 80, and you going 62. That's whew. Chasman said you get it bumped up to 68 after a year, but they gave me a look. How you getting all this little extra stuff? What you got going? I'm about to come over to put me on. I want all the stuff you got. I want to park my truck. I want to park my truck in front of the house with the trailer. I need them to actually make my street wider so I can just park my truck there, and I want them to pay for it. Like, how you get all this? What you doing? And I agree. You should be able to. If I did have a trucking company, I would base the speed on merit. Like I understand how they trying to save a few dollars, save money on fuel, but I would base it on merit. If you safe, if you ain't bumped and towed nothing up, I will bump you up like that and close to 70, especially if you safe. So, well, yeah, I get that. Starting out, I get that starting out. Yeah, that do make sense for you to have a. Well, you see what Jasmine's saying when she started. Jasmine said when she started, she wasn't at that speed, but then they bumped her up after a year. So that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. Jasmine said, "I'm anointed." I know, right? Anointed and favored. Anointed and favored. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here. It's been an hour and 49 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, I'm gonna be back next. Christian, what you say? 68 miles per hour, 68 for passing. Like if you double tap the pedal, it'll give you 68 for my KW. Will give you 68 for 3 minutes at a time, 3 minutes at a time. The Freightliners have Pass Smart, and it's going to say 60 minutes. It'll give you Pass Smart 60. Now, excuse me. Now, for the Freightliners are weird. It'll give you 60. It says 67 on the speedometer once you get into Pass Smart. Now, the KW say 68. Also, my KW be saying 66 when the limit is 65. Now, the KW and the Peterbilts have commons. It could be a commons thing, but I know the Freightliners have a Detroit. It could be a Detroit thing that they said no, 65 is 65, and we do Pass Smart at 67. But the KWs that we got, I can be going down the road doing 65, even on cruise, and sometimes they'll say 66. And then when I go into passing mode, it'll go to 68. But no, we're at 65, passing 68. When it comes to resetting, I think the Freightliners, I want to say you can do 60 minutes within a 24-hour period, and then it'll reset. Or is it's either your 10-hour break, but sometimes it don't come through. It take like, it might be 10 to 12 hours. KW, I think it just do what it want to do. Like mine's reset like after maybe an hour or two, and then it still go back. But before that is 66. Wife and daughter can ride at the same time. I don't know. I don't think so. That would be a question for the recruiter and the safety department. I don't know if you can have more than one rider. Because but that might be a question that you can ask them, and they might be like, we'll allow it because it's your family. But for insurance purposes, I don't know how they work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you all have a blessed night, blessed week, and yeah, let me get out of here.